Hello everybody and welcome or welcome back to my channel, the place where we make fun of the morons we say out here on the road. A bit like this low IQ driver with the visual ability of a maggot was just crawled up a dead rat's arse. And the kid's like, Mum, how comes you always tell me off for saying bad words, but whenever we're out in the car, everyone's saying bad words to you and you just keep saying sorry to them? It's not fair. Or maybe this BMW driver doing what they do best, ignoring the highway code, breaking the law and looking like a massive Joe Blunt, whilst displaying to all other road users that his thought process is as structurally sound as a sumo wrestler's deck chair. Maybe even this Muppet bus driver who is to intelligence what a massive big tree is to a tiny little kitten, as he just pulls straight out there. I love what it says on the side of the bus, looking for a change in direction. Well, that's exactly what you will be looking for if you're on the same road as him. Or what about this example of an Audi driver from James whose brain processes information like a fax machine processes Morse code, with the Audi driver as per usual just flooring it regardless with the inevitable results. This from Steve F. Now this is a 50-mile-an-hour road, he said, and look how everybody's sticking to the speed limit. Everybody apart from this donut in a Ford demonstrator vehicle who's obviously as mentally switched on as a torch without batteries. This is from Ferg R. Now, there are some drivers out there who've got more holes in their logic than the wall behind a dartboard at a blindfolded darts tournament. And this is no exception to the rule. Have a look at that plum. Nearly takes out the bike, nearly hits the car. That biker was so lucky. On board with Rookie Trucker from YouTube. Now, you ever wondered why your mail's late, never turns up on time? Well, I don't know what the reason is, but it certainly ain't through the drivers waiting at red traffic lights. That's exactly not one of the reasons. That driver's brain handles decision making like a snake would handle a Rubik's Cube. Anyway, that was Royal Mail. What about those amazing DPD drivers who do a fantastic job of keeping our roads safe and delivering our packages? Well, this clip from Family Abroad is going to show you how they keep our roads safe. Well, they just stay off the road, of course, and use the pavement. That's how they keep the road safe. I mean, that's outstanding. Look, they're removing a major hazard from the road, and not only that, they're minimising delays to their customers' packages. What an outstanding driver that is. And here's another one from Samantha A. She's just pulling off the slip road, off the dual carriageway there. What's coming up the slip road the wrong way? It's another one from Dumb Person Driving, DPD Corporation. Wrong way. They're the Uber of the parcel delivery company, ain't they? Look. And then if that weren't enough, after correcting that massive mistake what he made, the driver, who's obviously failed to pay his intelligence bill, so his brain's cut him off, gets in the right-hand lane. Why is he in the right-hand lane? Well, we all know why. Because the idiot wants to go to the left, of course. That idiot there is to intelligence what a passenger with chronic flatulence is to an economy flight. Bad news. And here's yet another one of DPD's Dangerous Parcel Delivery Organisation from Big L. Now, did you notice he was behind that truck? He's overtaken the truck, and why did he do that? Because he wants to cut across, because he likes the funny sound what the chevrons make as he's driving over him, of course, that's why. Now, not all their drivers are bad, obviously, but a lot of them have got a brain that absorbs knowledge and information like a sponge absorbs dry sand. Now, those lucky individuals are already working for DPD, Dangerous Parcel Delivery, whereas this chap's on his way for a job interview to go and drive for 'em. Beside himself with anxiety and excitement, fails to see the day-glow coloured police car with the blue flashing lights and just pulls out in front and gets done in the side. Definitely all pennies and no pounds, that numpty. On board with Ken O, just going round this roundabout here. Now, we all know that you give way to traffic from the immediate right when you're joining the roundabout, but that's all well and good unless you've got the visual abilities of a chocolate digestive or still in the biscuit tin. Knobhead. And here's another one from E&M. Last one was a man, this one's a woman that identifies as a brain transplant donator survivor, as she just pulls out and, just like the last mentally challenged individual, puts her hand out the window as she's committing the offence. That must be some sort of secret sign what glue sniffers or meth drinkers use these days. And with passengers on board, unbelievable. And here's another glue-sniffing bus driver from Cabolo Nero's. He's just stopping at the red light there. Obviously another one whose brain responds to red traffic lights and road hazards like a gas cooker responds to a Wi-Fi signal as he just goes sailing straight through. Red light? What red light? You taking a piss, mate? Here we go, another delinquent that don't know how to use a motorway properly. Look where he is and look where the slip road is, yeah? This is how you drive when your mental reflexes work as well as a 1970s fridge light, intermittently and dim at best. All he had to do was pull into the near side lane behind the ambulance and move into the slip road. But no, when you smoke too much spice, you have to get in front of everything and then cut to the slip road at the last minute. Plank. On board with Anthony N, he stopped at these red traffic lights. It does get boring sitting at red traffic lights, doesn't it? But there's a way round it. You don't need a BMW, you don't need a Merc, and you don't need an Audi with the 4 circles of privilege. What you need is the red and yellow chevrons of privilege, and you can drive like a real Joe Blunt and do exactly as you like. Have a look at this donut. He's in the left-hand lane. He's got the Shogun to the right of him, so he moves to the right and it's the Shogun. Why would you do that? See a car to your right and just keep moving to the right. He obviously interprets hazards like a pigeon interprets algebra. Right, if any of you lot still ain't got a dash cam and you want one, here's your chance. Go down in the description below, click on the link, use promo code RM15 at the checkout, save yourself 15% and get yourself a Road Angel dash cam. This from Mitch, and nothing quite says I'm more inbred than tuna and mayonnaise, and I'm 50% uncle, 25% cousin and 25% auntie, like speeding, overtaking a learner and then having to cut back in front of him and cut him up before you hit the traffic island. What a dunce. On board with Big Al, just about to go round this little mini roundabout. You've always got to be careful with these, because you never know when a real damp match in a dark cave is going to totally ignore the highway code and just pull out in front of you. A village somewhere is missing its idiot. And then we got drivers like this who are at their mental peak. Yeah, the mental peak which they reached in nursery school and they haven't progressed ever since. I mean, why do that? For absolutely no reason. Unbelievable. Now, nothing quite says that I grasp the fundamentals of road safety like a fisherman can grasp a slippery eel with an oily hand, like opening the door without looking. Look at the silly cow. Oh, look at that car. That's a bit close, isn't it? On board with Carha. Now, when your Google map says turn left in 300 yards, what lanes you get in? That's right, you stay in the right lane and then just cut across to the left at the very last minute. Never mind about following Google Maps. That idiot couldn't follow a recipe to make toast. This from Richard G, and we're about to see Employee of the Month. Yeah, Employee of the Month with a learning curve flat as a square wheel. Notice where he's positioned himself, yeah? Totally out of view of the oncoming vehicles there. Oh, look, there's a car come. Oh, God. No, you can go. You can stop. Yeah, go on then. This bloke's about as useful as a revolving door on a submarine. And then watch what he does here. Look, yeah, oh, yeah, I'll just walk up here now, position myself up there. But as he's walking, look, he keeps his, like, lollipop to the side. Look, you'll see it in a minute. There he goes. Look, to the side. There was the other car meant to see from there. Look. He's the sort of bloke who goes to see a mime performance like Marcel Marceau and asks where the subtitles are. Oh, you can go now. Give that man a rise. Staying on the theme of roadworks, got this from Helio. You ever wondered how they plan where they're going to dig up next? Yeah, here's your answer right there. This from Gary R. Now keep your eye on the blue Ford Focus up there pulling out, because the driver's got the hazard awareness of a tortoise crossing the motorway as he just pulls out, doesn't look and just does the other car straight in the side. Captain Clueless there in the Ford Focus, who's unable to focus. His idea of deep thought is using words other than what or I don't know. This from Eddie, and he lives in the Philippines. It don't matter if you're in the UK or the Philippines. If you see a 4x4 with black windows, you know he's got a pudding brain and he just takes out Eddie. Good news is Eddie was alright, the driver paid him, paid the police, and everyone went about their day. Guys, if you like what you're seeing, I'll put a smile on your face. Please hit that little like and subscribe button down below if you ain't done it already. And we're on the road to 30,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for all your support. Right, let's have a look at some two-wheel reprobates. Here we go, straight out the gate with this one. Following this truck, brakes locking up, tyre smoke. Why? Because a two-wheel, two-brain cell helmet just straight out in front of that truck. Right, now just watch this low IQ backward delinquent, what he does, yeah? Bike brain is fully engaged, going for the personal best. When they're in that zone, no one best come in front of him, because if they do, they'll throw you underneath the truck like he nearly did there. And he doesn't even look over his shoulder to see if he was alright. He could have been flat like roadkill, wouldn't give a toss. He literally nearly cost someone their life just for the sake of his personal best. Unbelievable. Here we are on board with Musa, following one of them bellends on an electric skateboard. He's not looking too stable at the moment. He's got a bit of a speed wobble going on and he headbutts the curb nicely. That's the sort of idiot, if ever he tried painting by numbers, the picture would just be all grey, nothing else. This from 80's Child, and we got a mentally challenged mother teaching her son that when you pull out on the road when you're cycling, you just don't look. You just pull into the road and rely on others and the power of the Lord to keep you safe. Dear, oh dear. On board with Paul, sitting at the red traffic light just up by the Ritz there on Piccadilly, but red lights mean nothing when you've got a brain that works as well as a fire exit on a submarine. With these idiots, it's not a case of if, it's just when, isn't it? Right, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this section. Watch him. There he goes over the handlebars. Headbutts the glass. I know you want to see it again. Here he comes. Watch his right hand. Clips the mirror of the silver car. That sends him all over the place. Over the handlebars. Watch his face. Face plants into the glass. Beautiful. Just what we like to see. Okay, so with this one, I apologise for the quality, but it's worth it. As you could see, Bike Brains fully engaged, going for the personal best, head down, high vis on, looking like he's safety conscious, hits the back of the car and now he's gone unconscious. No, take that back. He's physically conscious. Mentally, yeah, he's fully unconscious. And now probably going into full bell-end cyclist mode of blaming the car for being in the middle of the road when he was going for the personal best. Right, this is from John Pin. This is a lesson to all cyclists. Don't ride and look at your phone, because if you do, you'll be kissing glass before you know it. Beautiful face plant there into the rear screen. Absolutely faultless. This is from @RonaldJeremy69, and you're about to witness a thing of beauty. Here he comes, and there he goes. We need the action replay. Let's go. Here we go. Now, I don't want to be pedantic, but the approach wasn't the best I've seen in this sport. But the takeoff, almost perfect. But watch a transition from feet on pedals to feet out in front in the pike position. And the face plant was... We've witnessed history today. Well, that's it for this one, everybody. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. And you're a bit off the hook like myself and you actually like this sort of stuff, there's a playlist up there on the right. Go and watch some more. Thanks to everyone who sent in clips. Have a good weekend and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.